The open ocean holds countless mysteries. Few are as baffling as the tale of the Mary Celeste. Imagine a ship, sailing on a clear day. The sails are set, but there is no one on board. This is the story of the Mary Celeste, found adrift in 1872. It became a legend, a ghost ship that haunts us today. The DI Gracia spotted the Mary Celeste on December 4, 1872. It was drifting about 400 miles east of the Azores. Captain Morehouse knew something was wrong. There was no sign of life on deck. What they found would shock the world. The ship was deserted. The mystery of the Mary Celeste had begun. To understand the mystery, we need to go back to the beginning. The Mary Celeste was a merchant brigantine. It was built in Nova Scotia, Canada in 1861. The ship had a somewhat troubled past, with a few changes of ownership and a couple of accidents. But by 1872, it was under the command of Captain Benjamin Briggs. Briggs was a respected mariner with years of experience. He was accompanied by his wife Sarah, their young daughter Sophia, and a crew of 7. They set sail from New York City on November 7, 1872. Their destination was Genoa, Italy. They were carrying a cargo of commercial alcohol. The journey started like any other. The first few days of the voyage were uneventful. Captain Briggs kept a detailed log. His entries describe routine sailing conditions and fair weather. Then on November 25th, the log entries stopped. This was just 9 days before the DEI Gracia found the Mary Celeste. What happened during those 9 days? Where did Captain Briggs and his crew go? These questions have haunted maritime historians and amateur sleuths for over a century. The boarding party from the DEI Gracia found the Mary Celeste in a strange state of preservation. It was not the wreckage you might expect from a disaster at sea. The ship was damaged, but it was still seaworthy. The sails were partially set and some ropes were loose, but there was no sign of a struggle or any violence. The cargo was mostly untouched. Only one of the hatches was open and a few barrels of alcohol were missing. The lifeboat was gone, suggesting an orderly evacuation. But why would the crew abandon a perfectly sound ship? The ship's chronometer, a vital navigational instrument, was missing. The sextant used for navigation was also gone. The most chilling discovery was in the captain's cabin. Captain Briggs's papers were neatly laid out on his desk. There was no sign of panic or distress. His wife's sewing machine was set up as if she had been using it moments before. The only living creatures found on board were a cat and a few caged canaries. Captain Benjamin Briggs was not a man to abandon ship lightly. He came from a long line of seafarers. He was known for his skill and his piety. He was deeply religious and believed in the sanctity of life at sea. He had even written a book of prayers for sailors. It's hard to imagine what could have driven him to leave the Mary Celeste with his wife and child. Some speculate that Briggs may have misjudged a navigational hazard. Perhaps he ordered the crew to abandon ship, fearing the worst. But the relatively good condition of the Mary Celeste argues against this. The ship showed no signs of running aground or being caught in a major storm. Another theory focuses on the cargo of alcohol. Could fumes from the barrels have ignited, causing a small explosion? Maybe Briggs, fearing a larger fire, ordered everyone into the lifeboat. But again, there was no evidence of fire on board. Section 5. Theories of mutiny. Did despair grip the crew? In the absence of concrete evidence, human drama often takes center stage. The idea of a mutiny on the high seas has fueled many a maritime tale. Did the crew of the Mary Celeste, driven by some unknown grievance or desperation, turn against their captain? Imagine the tension building below deck, the isolation of the open ocean, the cramped quarters, perhaps a dispute over rations or pay. Could these factors have pushed the crew to a desperate act? Did they overpower Captain Briggs and his family, forcing them into the lifeboat? While mutiny makes for a compelling narrative, there's little evidence to support it. The Mary Celeste was found in relatively good order. There were no signs of a struggle or violence. The personal belongings of the captain and his family were undisturbed. A mutiny, especially one involving the murder of the captain, would likely have left a more chaotic scene. Section 6. The Shadow of Piracy. Were the seas not so deserted? The vastness of the Atlantic Ocean, while daunting, was not entirely devoid of human presence. The possibility of piracy, though less common by the late 19th century, could not be entirely ruled out. Could the Mary Celeste have fallen prey to marauders of the sea? Imagine a pirate vessel, perhaps disguised or lurking over the horizon, waiting for an opportunity to strike. The Mary Celeste, with its relatively small crew and valuable cargo, would have made a tempting target. Could pirates have boarded the ship, subdued the crew, and sailed off with their prize? However, the theory of piracy also faces challenges. The Mary Celeste's cargo was largely intact. The pirates, had they seized the ship, would likely have plundered its valuable cargo of alcohol. Moreover, there was no evidence of a fight or forced entry. The pirates would have had to overpower the crew silently and efficiently, leaving little trace of their presence. Section 7. Nature's Fury Unleashed, Rogue Waves, and the Wrath of the Sea. The ocean is a powerful and unpredictable force. Could a natural phenomenon, as sudden as it was devastating, explain the abandoned state of the Mary Celeste? Sailors have long whispered tales of rogue waves, towering walls of water capable of sinking even the largest ships. Imagine the Mary Celeste caught in the path of such a wave. The ship is tossed violently, the crew struggling to maintain control. Fearing the worst, Captain Briggs orders everyone into the lifeboat, hoping to ride out the storm. The lifeboat is tethered to the Mary Celeste, but the rope snaps in the chaos, leaving the crew adrift and the ship to sail on without them. The rogue wave theory, while dramatic, has its flaws. The Mary Celeste, while not a new ship, was considered seaworthy. It was unlikely to be overwhelmed by a single wave, even a large one. Moreover, the relatively good condition of the ship's rigging and sails suggests it did not experience a catastrophic weather event. Section 8. Whispers of the paranormal sea monsters and alien abductions. In the realm of unexplained mysteries, the human imagination knows no bounds. The story of the Mary Celeste, with its eerie circumstances, has attracted paranormal explanations. From sea monsters to extraterrestrial encounters, these theories capture the imagination. Some whisper of kraken-like creatures, colossal cephalopods lurking in the depths, capable of dragging entire ships to their doom. Others suggest the crew encountered something not of this world. Could they have been abducted by beings from another planet? While entertaining, these theories are difficult to reconcile with the evidence. There were no signs of a struggle on board the Mary Celeste, no indications of an attack by a creature or visitors from another world. Section 9. The enduring mystery, unraveling the truth of the Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste, despite being the subject of countless investigations, books, and documentaries, remains an enigma. No single theory fully explains the abandonment of the ship and the disappearance of its crew. The lack of definitive answers has only served to solidify the Mary Celeste's place in maritime lore. Some researchers believe that a combination of factors, rather than a single catastrophic event, may hold the key to the mystery. Perhaps a series of unfortunate incidents, each seemingly insignificant on its own, created a perfect storm of circumstances that led to the ship's abandonment. Imagine this. A leak in one of the barrels containing alcohol causes fumes to build up in the hold. Captain Briggs, fearing an explosion, orders the crew to abandon ship and board the lifeboat. The lifeboat is tethered to the Mary Celeste, but the rope snaps, leaving the crew adrift. The Mary Celeste, damaged but still afloat, sails on without them, a ghost ship at the mercy of the winds and currents. Section 10. The Legacy of a Ghost Ship, Inspiring Fear and Fascination. The Mary Celeste, though lost to the sea long ago, continues to captivate our collective imagination. The story of the ghost ship has been told and retold, inspiring books, films, songs, and even video games. It serves as a reminder of the vastness and power of the ocean and the fragility of human life in the face of the unknown. The Mary Celeste has become a metaphor for unexplained disappearances and the enduring power of mystery. The ship's name is synonymous with the unknown, a symbol of the questions that haunt us and the secrets that lie hidden beneath the waves. The story of the Mary Celeste also highlights the human need to find answers, to make sense of the inexplicable. We are driven to solve puzzles, to connect the dots and find meaning in seemingly random events. The Mary Celeste, with its lack of definitive answers, challenges our assumptions and reminds us that some mysteries may never be fully solved. Section 11. What really happened? A mystery for the ages. The Mary Celeste remains an unsolved puzzle. We may never know for sure what happened to Captain Briggs, his family, and his crew. Did they meet a tragic end at the hands of pirates or a monstrous wave? Or did they succumb to a more mundane misfortune, their fate a testament to the capricious nature of the sea? The mystery of the Mary Celeste serves as a reminder of the vastness and power of the ocean and the many secrets it holds. It is a story that continues to fascinate and intrigue, reminding us that some mysteries may never be fully solved. The next time you gaze out at the vast expanse of the sea, remember the Mary Celeste, and let your imagination set sail on the currents of this enduring maritime enigma. What do you think happened aboard that lonely ship?